Hi, welcome to our YouTube channel, Mama Chow and Spicy Wonton. And this is episode 16. And we are going to talk today about traveling in China in the 80s and what it was like, the different kind of adventurous, interesting airlines, domestic and foreign. So with that, I will turn it over uh to Mama Chow. And just for context, this is about basically China Airlines Always Cancel before it became, I think, Air China or China Air now. Um, so at that time, that was the nickname for CAAC. It was Aviation Administration of China. That's what it was called, but everybody knew it colloquially as China Air Always Cancel because it canceled a lot back then. They modernized a lot since then. In 1987, they split CAAC into these six regional airlines that we know of now, China Eastern, Air China, for example, and there's also Northern, Northwestern. So with that, we'll turn over to Mama Chow to describe um, her experience with that CAAC.
Okay, in the 80s, when after we moved back to Beijing, China, we got a lots of visitors, friends, family, and my husband's colleague. So every time they come, especially their colleague, I'm always the travel guy. So this time we have to go to Xi'an.
Hmm.
Uh,
Where
Jing,
they have the famous terracotta
兵马俑, yeah,
warriors.
Terracotta Warrior. You went too. So after the local tour, we start journey to Xi'an. We left the house early in the morning
Hmm.
and we arrived at the airport early and we wait. All we hear is delay. Your flight delay, 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 delay.
Yeah.
Almost lunch hour. So I said maybe we'll get a bite to eat in the
Right. And
cafeteria.
before you continue, so this is the famous Xi'an, photo I'm sharing of the terracotta warriors. There were about 8,000 soldiers. This is a picture courtesy of Smithsonian Magazine, and basically was to accompany one of the most famous emperors, the Qing Emperor, into his death, basically his mausoleum for him. And this is how many, you see 8,000. This is a huge sort of aircraft carrier where you can see hangar where you can see where you can see all these terracotta warriors. So anyway, with that we'll turn it back to Mama Chow.
Okay, I said that maybe we'll go to the cafeteria, get a bite for lunch.
Hmm.
We're waiting, standing for so many hours.
Yeah.
So we were upstairs, excuse me, to have lunch. After we order, we haven't got a food yet. We order our food. Suddenly, I heard announcement said our flight departure in 15 minutes. So we have to run. So I told the couple, I said, we are leaving. Why? Because the announcement only in Chinese.
Hmm.
They don't understand what's going on. I said, we cannot eat anything. We have to run to
So
catch.
you already ordered, you just basically dine, they call it dine and dash. You dashed out without paying.
No, no, we did not pay. We have no time. We cannot wait for anybody to show up. So we just run. And this couple is not senior, but they are not young. I was young. You were a kid. So we just run into the gate. We arrived there on time. We went in. We sit down. Not far from after we sit down, the flight attendant came to our friend, say they have to move.
Wait, and you were waiting, wait, let's back up a bit. You were waiting in the airport for 7 hours, right? Or 6 hours?
6 hours, yeah.
Some ridiculous amount of time. So whatever time they said they were going to depart, it wasn't accurate. And that's why they always call it China Air Always Cancel because you never know if it's going to go or cancel. And
Yeah.
so you were
You
there for
know,
6 hours and then finally they said, "Oh, come to the gate now." And then you had to run across the airport.
right. because by then you cannot buy round trip ticket. You
Hmm.
can only buy one trip because there's no radar. They have
Yeah.
look by the eyes, look the weather, with the
You
sky,
mean
whether
that
it's
a
good or not.
traffic controller didn't have any technology? They just used their eyes to see, is it
Yeah, the
raining? Is
experience.
it windy?
Yeah, so actually it's very safe. Supposed to be safe, right? So we we sat down. The attendant told
I don't know
them
about safe, but yeah. So
they they have to move. They upgrade them to business class.
for
So
no reason, they upgraded
there's no reason.
it was a vice president, VP of the company that was visiting, and they upgraded him because we assume it's because they're foreigners, right?
They have blonde hair.
They have blonde hair.
They have blonde hair. You could be
Blondes
foreigner.
get away with everything. So they I'm just half joking here. So they upgraded them. Of course, now that doesn't happen. Nowadays,
No,
that wouldn't happen. There's so
they
many
don't care.
mainland
Your
elite.
blonde hair, white hair,
Yeah.
yellow hair, what hair? That's what they don't care. So I asked them, as how about us? No,
Mhm. Right.
you're not.
Because you
Don't do
paid the
that.
same price for the ticket. It's the
Yeah,
same.
yeah. We
Yeah.
sit together. We pay, of course, pay same price. That's the one thing. The delay and the respectfulness to the blonde hair people.
To foreigners. I mean, Chinese are known, infamous for, discriminating against their own people. So, I mean, that's a known, even now, it's a known fact. This is not unusual. They like to do that.
Yeah,
Anyway, so then the other story you had was about flying in another different airline, a foreign airline.
yeah. Foreign airline in China.
Yeah.
Back then, not so many people travel as now. So I don't think they have enough airplane to accompany all the
Yeah.
needs. So
Hmm.
sometimes they contract Russian airplane
Yeah.
to serve us. And when they contract Russian airplane, they have to get the whole thing, which is the airplane, a Russian pilot, Russian flight attendant. So we
It's the
went,
whole package. You had so it was, we think it was Aeroflot, but Mama Chow thinks it might have been looking like a cargo type of plane, but it was kind of dual use plane. It served multiple purposes, I guess.
yeah, it's not to Hong Kong. I am going to Shanghai
Yeah.
by myself. I was
Okay.
alone. So we line up to go into the to airplane.
Hmm.
When we go in, I noticed one thing from appearance is very military look. Is dark color. I don't remember
Okay.
black
So it's
green.
not like your typical commercial plane you think is like a white. Most
No,
planes have
it's dark
white.
color.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
with the big flag. But then we come in, we can see on the two level. The
Hmm.
ground level is for cargo. I can see
Okay.
the cargo.
You saw
And
suitcases on the
I
ground
saw
level.
suitcases on the front
Okay.
ground floor. There's no
So
seats.
like typical double-decker planes, Airbus, those huge jumbo Airbus planes, they have second levels where, business class or whatever, or first class
We are the same
would
class.
stay. But this is ground level. There are no seats. There are no passenger seats. You just
No.
see cargo. You saw suitcases there. Okay.
And then there's one stairway, stair.
Mm-hmm.
So we line up, everybody
Yeah.
going up. There's, there's one flight attendant, very heavy build, big body,
Yeah.
big lady. She's standing in front of us.
Yeah.
She's the supreme authority. So we have to listen to her. She's stand up. She said she doesn't even say English or Chinese. I don't know what she said. She just used her hand. One,
To
the
point in
first
the
one,
left or right.
yeah.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
first one left, the second one right, left,
Yeah.
right, left, right.
Yeah.
So we have to follow instruction, which is going left, right, left, right. So after we go upstairs, we look for our seats.
Yeah.
So funny. Our boarding pass is with the number what A B C D or
Yeah.
one two
So it's
three
a very
four.
professional boarding pass. It looks like a normal boarding pass.
Yeah, normal boarding pass. But when we go there, nobody can find their seat because the seats are marked in Russian uh, character.
Alphabet. The Russian, they have their own Cyrillic alphabet. Yeah. Yeah.
So what a chaos. Everybody bump to each other, looking for, trying to find out
Did
where was the.
the stewardess help you
Yes,
upstairs?
he has to. Otherwise, everybody sitting, standing. Who knows where you sit, right? So she's trying to figure out the A represent what, P or
Okay,
C
translate. She
represent.
was translate. Yeah.
Yeah, so I had to handle with everyone's seats. So
Okay.
it delayed at least 1 hour to handle our seats. So that's
Okay.
very. The flight was very very steady,
It was
very
smooth. It was
nice,
a smooth
very
flight.
smooth.
Yeah.
Yeah, very smooth.
A
So
good
the
pilot.
Russian,
A good
yeah,
Russian pilot with a flight.
yeah. The seats was okay,
Yeah.
except we don't know where we sit. I don't blame them. You counter to China, it's not necessary you have to change all the seats, right? They have to,
Right, because
this,
it was sort of, we don't know the arrangement they have with China. It was maybe just like a borrowing for one flight or a couple flights. So yeah, why would they change if it's a domestic airline, I guess, in Russia, everything into at
yeah,
that point, English. But I'm sure Aeroflot now has everything in probably, I don't know, I haven't been on an Airflot island. Airline, I'm just assuming it's probably in English now, English letters, I assume. But who knows? Um, so those are our experiences
yeah.
of traveling.
I'm more traveling experience, maybe in the future.
We have a lot. Yes, yeah. So this was the crazy, interesting travel experiences with China Air Always Cancel and Aeroflot, or maybe it's Russian military multi-use airline when we were in China in the 80s. So with that, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you again next week.
Thank you for
Bye.
watching. Bye.